Hey, what's going on everyone? It's Chess here bringing you a video on Duel Links, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to go over the top cards I would like to see added to Duel Links in the next box or in future boxes. These are cards I really think would help the meta, help the game, and make the game a lot more fun and stuff like that. It's going to be kind of like a new thing I'm going to bring to the channel. Like, I'm going to do this with skills, like create a few skills up, throw them down into a video, show you guys what I think would make for cool skills, and you never know, Konami might see them and go, that's actually pretty cool, let's throw them in. You never know what could happen. But yeah, let's start this off with monsters, and then I'm going to go into spells and then traps. So with the first monster I'd like to see in Duel Links is Summon a Monk. Summon a Monk in the TCG was one of the most loved cards ever. It wasn't too crazy overpowered, and I don't think it's going to be too crazy overpowered in Duel Links either. It's a spellcaster with 800 attack, 1600 defense, 4-star spellcaster. While this is face up on the field, it can't be tributed. If this card is normal summoned or flip summoned, change this card to defense position. Once per turn, you can discard one spell, special summon one level 4 monster from your deck, but that monster cannot attack this turn. So it has some cool synergies for like some cool setups and combos and stuff like that, but at the same time it's not being too overpowered, with Summon a Monk being quite a low attacker, with a pretty decent, not too high defense. And it'll just allow you to set up for some really cool combos and stuff like that. And the fact that you can't attack with the monster that you special summoned that turn is really, really nifty. I just think it'll make a super reliable and awesome card in the game, and I'd love to see it be added in the next box or sometime soon in the future. Summon a Monk, great card. The next card that we're going to go into, we already have this archetype in the game. It's just the archetype's missing something. Well, it's missing quite a lot because nobody plays it whatsoever, and I think this card alone might make the deck a little bit competitive, or even make it at least about tier 4, and that is FLAMVELL FIREDOG. This card is the staple we need for FLAMVELL to make them good. Well, let me just go over its stats and everything. It's a 4-star beast, 1900 attack, 200 defense, fire, FLAMVELL monster. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, since it's a graveyard, you can special summon one fire monster with 200 or less defense from your deck, except FIREVELL FIREDOG. So you can't keep special summoning your FIREVELL FIREDOGs, because that could be absolutely crazy, especially in the TCG. But this will allow you to set up for so many different combos. And the thing with FIREVELLs, I think the highest attack one that we got that's level 4 is like 1800 or 1700, and their effects are pretty meh. But if we had FIREVELL FIREDOG, I think it would boost the deck up quite a lot, because it's got that great search ability. It's got a great stable 1900 attack for a 4-star effect monster. I just think it'll make a great addition to the FIREVELL, I keep calling it FLAMVELL archetype in Duel Links. I think it'll just be awesome to see. I don't know how they'll implement it. Maybe they'll put it in a box as a rare or an SR at least. I can't see it being a UR, because all the other FIREVELLs, I think we got them through like a flip. We got one through a flip campaign, I believe, and the rest were like normals and rares, I believe, in other boxes. But the archetype is very underwhelming, and it definitely needs some love and some support, and I think that could help in the form of FLAMVELL FIREDOG. So this next card is similar to FIREVELL FLAMEDOG, but the archetype is already in a great position right now. It's just slowly dying. It's kind of seen more play with the changes to the skills and stuff, but I think this next card would be absolutely great addition to the deck, and that is Alien Dog. Alien Dog level 3, 1500 attack, 1000 defense. Really amazing effect. I don't know if this card would completely make the deck broken or make the deck overplayed, because I know a lot of people will pick up the deck if this card gets added. But I think it'll just be a great card to have in the aliens right now. So it's a reptile, 3-star, 1500, 1000 defense. When you normal summon an alien monster, you can special summon this from your hand. When you do, place 2 alien counters on face-up monsters your opponent controls. So it says monsters, so you can place 2 counters on multiple. It's just really cool. So you can like normal summon, let's say, a alien warrior, and then you can special summon this from your hand straight after. Very cool. That means the aliens are swarming the field more, putting more pressure on your opponent, and just the 2 tokens really help out. It doesn't have the added effect that most aliens have, where it's like your opponent's monsters lose attack depending on how many tokens, so it's not like completely busted, but it does help out the synergy and everything like that. I have no idea how they could add this, because obviously if they add more and more alien cards, the deck would become way too powerful. But if it's like a one-off, if they put Alien Dog in like a Duelathon or a Flip campaign or something like that, just a one-off, I think it would really help out the deck. Very, very cool card. I'd love to see Alien Dog. I was kind of upset when he wasn't in the box with all the other alien cards, because he's such a cool card. To have this next card, everybody that knows me knows I love this card so much, and I'm very disappointed it's not in the game yet. And with the Dark DD Tower, I'm disappointed it wasn't in that. And the monster is Zombie Master. I would love Zombie Master in Duel Links so much. In the TCG, I ran zombies so much, and I ran Dark Worlds, but I mostly ran zombies. And Zombie Master is just such a good card to make some crazy combos, do some crazy plays with. It's not too overpowered that I could say that in Duel Links it's going to be completely broken. But at the same time, it'll just be a lot of fun to have this card in Duel Links. I could see it being a UR in the box, or an SR at least. It's a 4-star zombie with 1800 attack, 0 defense. Once per turn, you can send one monster card from your hand to the graveyard, target one level 4 lower zombie monster in either player's graveyard, special summon that target. This card must be face up on the field to activate the effects, or make them resolve. Which is really cool if you got like Zombie World out, or you've used Bones' skill, I can't remember what it's called, that army one, where it turns everything to zombies for that one turn. Whip out Zombie Master, make some crazy combos, special summon some stuff. I know the biggest zombie threat was Red Eye Zombie, but I can't see Zombie Master making Red Eye Zombie too crazy. Maybe special summoning, we don't have Kazukis, but Mizuki, whichever one it is that we've got in the game. Maybe special summoning that from the graveyard might actually be a little bit crazy, but apart from that, I can't see it being too overpowered or making the archetype too crazy. Plus, we do have loads of things in the game that flip monsters into defense position or face down, and with its 0 defense, it's not going to last too long. And we do have cards that negate effects and all that kind of crazy stuff. And 1800 isn't too crazy for like an attack on a zombie monster. I just think it'll be an awesome card to see. Next, we are moving into spells, and this next one I'm going to show, I know everyone's going to agree with me. It's the one spell card everyone's been after the most, apart from one other, which I've added to the list. And that card is NECROVALLEY. Everybody wants NECROVALLEY, and they have since the game first came out. All Gravekeeper monsters gain 500 attack and 500 defense. Cards in the graveyard cannot be banished. Negate any effects that would move cards from the graveyard to a different place. Negate any card effects that changes the type or attributes in the graveyard. So it negates Zombie World, like stopping monsters in the graveyard becoming zombies and stuff like that. It stops people like going through the grave and recycling materials and stuff like that. Really, really powerful. And it just gives your Gravekeepers an extra boost for attack and defense. Very powerful card. We need this for a skill. We need a skill of NECROVALLEY. Like they did with Zombie World, but Zombie World's kind of really overpowered right now, but if it was a one-off, I don't think too many people will run it, but if it was a skill, I don't know if it'll be too overpowered, but we need NECROVALLEY in the game. It's such a cool card, and we need to bring Gravekeepers back. They've been in such an iffy place for so long, and I know it's a lot of people's favourite, or one of the favourite archetypes. It'll just be really cool to see in the game. So yeah, that's NECROVALLEY. Next card, very good. It's going to be very controversial right now. Gateway of the Six. This card in the TCG, if you guys didn't play it, got banned so hard because it was crazy overpowered. But I've been speaking to people about Gateway of the Six and Duel Links, and I don't think it'll be too overpowered in Duel Links because the TCG was so different and you could do so much more crazy things, and the crazy things you could do in the TCG made Gateway of the Six so broken. But Duel Links is a lot different, with 3 monster zones, 3 spell and traps, so I can't see it being too crazy overpowered. But its effects are really, really fun and really amazing. Each time a 6 samurai monster is normal summoned or special summoned, place 2 counters on this card. You can remove counters from this card to activate one of these effects. So 2 counters, target 1 6 samurai monster or Shien effects monster. That target gains 500 attack until the end turn, so it's not too crazy. 4 counters, add 1 6 samurai monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand. Really, really nice effect. Or 6 counters, target 1 Shien monster in your graveyard, special summon it. Very, very cool. In the TCG, you could just keep special summoning, special summoning, special summoning 6 samurais non-stop. It was crazy, it was overpowered, but we don't have that kind of engine in Duel Links yet. And there's not many ways you can actually abuse this card, plus a lot of people are running Cosmic Cyclones and other things that can just like completely shut this down. So I think it'll be really cool to see Gateway of the Six in Duel Links. I just think that the people who decide to add cards to Duel Links like know about this card in the TCG and just don't want to add it. But I'd love to see it. Next card, this isn't going to get added for a while, but it's one of the cards I'd love to see in Duel Links, and that is MST, Mystical Space Typhoon. It has like 0 cost. You just target one spell or trap on the field, destroy it. It doesn't have to be face up, face down, just destroys it. Quick play as well, so you can set it, destroy something on their turn. It's like the most loved and most known spell card in Yu-Gi-Oh, I believe. And there's so many, it's just so good. It's so good. But in Duel Links, I think it's going to be a little bit overpowered. But I'd love to see it in the game at some point towards the end of the year, maybe. Not just yet. I don't think the game's still ready for it because of how powerful it is and the fact that it doesn't have the cost. Like Cosmic Cyclone, you're paying 1,000 to activate it, and like other cards, there's a cost to activate it to destroy a spell or trap. This is just boom, it's gone. MST, absolutely amazing card. Next, we are going to be moving on to the trap cards, and I've selected 3 trap cards I'd love to see in Duel Links. All of them super fair cards, except the last one maybe, but the other 2 very, very fair cards because there's ways to play around them and ways to stop them pretty easily. And the first one being Scrap Iron Scarecrow. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, target the attacking monster, negate the attack. Also, you set this instead of sending it to the graveyard. So every time when your opponent decides to attack, you flip this, target it, stop it from attacking, put it face down. So you can constantly keep flipping it every single time your opponent tries to attack. But it says target, so obviously it won't stop Hazies. We have Cosmic Cyclones that can stop it. There's so many different ways that Scrap Iron can be stopped. It'll just make a really, really fun card to be added. I know a lot of people are like, no, never add Scrap Iron. But just think there's so many other like super powerful traps that they could have added, but they haven't. But Scrap Iron might actually make, I don't know, it'll just allow people to set up for combos pretty easy, like save them for one turn, or obviously there's ways, so many ways people can remove it. So it's pretty fair. Scrap Iron Scarecrow being the first trap on the list. The next one is Dark Bribe. Dark Bribe, it has a pretty heavy cost, but at the same time, it'll be awesome to see. Dark Bribe, it saw quite a lot of play in the TCG, really, really awesome card. It's a counter trap. When your opponent's spell trap is activated, your opponent draws 1 card, also negate the spell trap and destroy it. So if they try and Cosmic Cyclone or try and play something on you, you flip Dark Bribe, negate it, destroy it, and your opponent draws a card. So there is a heavy down cost to it because your opponent's getting a card to the hand, but at the same time, you're destroying something on the field. So it's pretty balanced, and I think it'll be pretty balanced in Duel Links as well, especially because of the heavy cost of your opponent drawing 1 card, because at the end of the day, you don't want your opponent drawing cards. But Dark Bribe might actually be really awesome to see in Duel Links. And the last card on the list, and this is the most overpowered one on the list so far, and that is Fiendish Chain. I would love to see Fiendish Chain in Duel Links. It would be just the biggest, annoying, most overpowered card ever. And the fact is, it will just shut down everything in its path and be awesome to see. And I think it would become the next Mirror Wall early game, where early game Mirror Wall was the most overpowered trap. If everyone ran it, Mirror Wall was just everywhere. And I think if Fiendish Chain came to the game, it would be the same thing. Fiendish Chain, if you guys didn't know, activate this card by targeting 1 effect monster on the field, negate its effects, and the face-up monster while this is face-up on the field. Also, it can't attack. When this card's destroyed, destroy. No, when this card's destroyed, obviously your opponent can attack and whatnot. It's just a continue. You flip it, target like, let's say, a Alien Kid, for example, why not? The Alien Kid's effects can't activate and it can't attack. Or flip it, target Dakini, let's say. The Dakini's effects can't activate and the Dakini can't attack. Very, very powerful card. It's crazy powerful. And I'd love to see it in Duel Links, to be fair, because I'm a burn player, I'm a stall player, and this card would be crazy powerful, and I'd just like to see the world burn, apparently. But yeah, that's my list of cards I'd love to see in Duel Links in the next few months. Pretty solid list. I've gave my explanations on each one I'd like to see and why. I think it's pretty fair. What I want now is for you guys to go down in comments and give some suggestions on cards you'd love to see added to Duel Links, because at the end of the day, I think that Konami do watch a few of my videos, because they tweet out every single one of my videos, and I know that they've done it before, gone through a few of my videos and watched them. So go down in the comments, type some cards that you'd love to see in Duel Links. I'll go over them, and I'll probably agree with most of them, because you guys are pretty smart. And yeah, let me know what you think about this video. Let me know what you think about my suggested archetypes. The one I'd like to see the most, really, is Summon a Monk, though. It's not too overpowered, and it'll make for a really cool card for combos and stuff. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy this kind of video, hit a like button so I know you guys like this kind of thing. Subscribe if you're new, and let me know again if you'd like to see more videos like this. I'll be happy to make them, bring them to you guys on the YouTubes. So thank you guys once again for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace!